Good evening and welcome to the SHAC. My name's Barbara Gray from Clarity here in the UK, and it's 7 o'clock on a very warm summer's evening here in the southeast of England, in Crowborough to be precise. And I'm hoping that we'll have a few friends in to join us. My darling daughter Grace is in the room with your good selves all the way over in Brooklyn, New York. So if you have any questions, then she's your gal. She'll be able to filter those questions through to me or answer them directly. And other than that, it's actually not too hot today. And how about where you are? I'm sure that we'll have a few friends in. Hello, Carol. Nice to have your company, dear. Yeah, I'm sure we'll have a few friends in this evening. And we're going to keep it light, travel gently. Are you drinking lots of water? Yeah, well, I find I get very phlegmatic when it's that warm, don't you? But then when you look around at the weather patterns in other parts of the world, we're actually really lucky here. It just sometimes feels a little bit extreme, doesn't it? Anyway, so let's see. I think Grace is with us as well. Yeah, there she is. The sound is good. Great to have your company. Yeah, it's a little cooler here as well today. We used to dream about summers like this. We didn't have one at all last year. Do you remember? And that's so English, isn't it? If you don't like the weather, just wait a minute, you know. So a couple of weeks ago, Grace and I were in Paris, and it was scorchio. You know, I was telling you last week and on Monday, I was telling you about our trip to Paris, and it was very, very warm. Well, it seems it's even warmer now. So they've had their storm, and now they've got they're back to really extreme temperatures again. So I don't know, our little island seems to be getting away with it, to be honest. Yeah, so far so good, really. Hello, Jane, nice to have your company. So come on in, and then we'll do some drawing. Do you know that this evening is the last SHAC? We're going to take a little bit of a summer break because on Monday I'm off again. I know, proper little globetrotter. So I've barely emptied the suitcase, and I'm filling it again, and off I go again. So this is a little bit of a longer trip, and a little bit bigger suitcase. We're off to San Francisco on Monday. I think I may have told you that, but while we're waiting for some friends to come in, yeah, road trip, Thelma and Louise, except that my Louise is Sam Crow. I know, Sam Crow on the road with Barbara Gray. Can you imagine? I'm the driver. She's the passenger. And I've got a sat nav, and it's not Sam. Sam is not famous for directions. She wouldn't make a great taxi driver. So yeah, so we're mapping out our trip, and I think it's going to be great. First stop, San Francisco. And of course, you know, our son Mark lives there. So he's already stoked about us turning up, and I'm sure he's going to look after us very well. I know he is, because that's the sort of boy he is. And then a couple of days ago, because we used to live in California. Mark was born in California, in Monterey, which is south of San Francisco along the coast. And so I thought, well, I'll take a little trip down memory lane on the way inland, because the road trip is from San Francisco to Albuquerque. Albuquerque. I love that word, don't you? Albuquerque. Anyway, so San Francisco to Albuquerque, and we're going down to Monterey, staying there for a couple of nights, just Sam and me. That'd be great. And then I've booked another hotel at Bakersfield. So we're starting to head inland then. Bakersfield as in baking hot, I can tell you now, right? So it's really nice and cool on the coast in the summer, and then on the Pacific side. And then as you go inland, it starts to get hotter and hotter and hotter. And we are going inland, inland and inlandist. So yeah, it will be an adventure. And I think Sam and I will have a blast. Okay? She's kind and generous. And I'd like to think I am too. So I reckon it should be okay. And we go back a long way and we love each other dearly. So there you go. I'm sure we'll have fun. We'll keep you posted. So that's why we're taking a little break. And there won't be a SHAC. I mean, Paul, he's manning the SHAC and Groovy Tuesday with Louise. So, you know, if he rocks up at 10 o'clock on a Monday, support him, please. You know, I'm sure it'll be fine. But I won't be back until August. And so I wrote it down. The first SHAC, the date for the diary, the first official SHAC back is Monday, the 4th of August. There you go. Monday, the 4th of August. And then we'll start something completely new. So what I've been doing today is been really busy, actually, because when you're going away for 3 weeks, you really need to plan ahead a little bit. So, of course, when we get back, it's only a couple of weeks before the summer retreats. If you haven't booked your summer retreats yet, after today, I would say you're in for a real treat, a real retreat treat. And I had a couple of hours meeting with Jazz and Paul, and I said, this is what I want to do. I've designed a load of really new stuff that's really cool. I've got some really nice techniques that I want to use and share and teach in the retreats this year. So Jazz has got, tomorrow we'll have a meeting. She's going to mock up what I've got in my head and the drawings that I gave her, you know, see whether that mostly what I have in my head translates quite well, but you have to be sure, you know. And so she's got a head start while I'm away. And then when I get back, then we're on it. So the retreats, if you haven't booked, are August the 18th and 19th. That's a Monday and a Tuesday. They're 2-day blocks. So it's the 18th and 19th. I think there's still about 10 spaces left on there. And then the 20th and the 21st. So it's another 2-day block. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Right. And that's the Inky, Arty, Barbara Gray 2-day retreats, which is where we're going to be doing all this new stuff that I've got in my head that is going to get sorted. Yeah, I'm really excited about it because it's all really, well, you'll see when you get there. And then for retreat week, if you're Parchers, then we have a day off on Friday to regroup. Then Linda's going to come down, Linda Williams. And then the Parchment retreat is on the Saturday and Sunday. So the weekend is Parchment and Linda's doing a 2-day block. So her course lasts Saturday and Sunday, and I'll be there helping her too. So you can imagine there's a lot of prep goes into those 6 days with a day in between break. And I need to know what I'm doing before because I said this morning, I woke up really anxious, like, God, dear, oh dear, panicking almost. And I said to Paul and Jazz, there's no point in my going away if I'm already worried about what I'm coming back to. Then I might as well just stay here, you know, because I should be fretting all the time, worrying about what I'm going to come back to. And I'm too long in the tooth for this game. So we put it together this morning, and now the wheels, they've been set in motion. You see, and I feel a lot more comfortable. And there's still a moving feast. We've still got time to adjust and move and tweak and play, but let's at least get the ball rolling on it so I don't walk into a blank canvas when I come back from the States. Yeah, sounds good, right? I know. You'd think I knew what I was doing. I think you'll really love the projects. So there you go. If you haven't signed up, ring Sue tomorrow morning and book your seats, book your place. And I think you're in for a real treat. Okay, so what were we doing? Drawing. Grace, are you there? Yeah, she's there. She says Paris was just a warm-up. Yeah. I'm traveling light to the States because don't you find you take loads of gear? You know, I don't know where my head is when I pack my suitcase. And then when I come back, I realize I've only worn a quarter of what I packed. You know, no, we're not going ballroom dancing, so I don't need to take that dress. I doubt very much that I need those shoes because where we're walking, you wouldn't want to wear those shoes. Do you see what I mean? So it's like, so I pack it, unpack it, pack it, unpack it. Unpack it, unpack it, unpack it. So I've packed it, and then what I'm going to do is lay it all out on the bed again, and then thin it out one more time. And then it's closed, then it's done. Do you do that as well? Yeah. And I've got enough knickers in that suitcase. I could stay there till Christmas. So I really think I can, you know, I don't know what I think is going to happen while I'm on holiday. But I need that many. Exactly, Grace. That's exactly right. No, unless I'm having lots of accidents on a daily basis, I really don't need that much underwear. Right, shall we get drawing? So now we're colouring in. Let's have a look. So these are our houses. These are our houses. And we've done the shade. And we used Dorso oil. And we used Dorso oil with blending nibs. And it's lovely for blending out the colour. We added some bricks, which also look really nice. We could put a couple of bricks in here. So let's have a look. You use the kind of the colour of the house with the bricks. So just do like blocks like that. I don't know if you can see that. Should we want to come in a bit? Do you want to come in a bit closer? Okay, let's have a look. Right, let's have a look. Right, so we put some bricks on like that, like so, like 3 little blocks. And then I'll take a grey pencil because it's fine. Which one's this? HB, that'll do. And then I'll just do along the bottom and a little line at the side. So along the bottom of the brick and a little line at the side. So it's like a, look, like a kind of a, so you do it like that, like a little L, and then just add a bit of depth to it. That looks good. That's all you need, a little bit of brick. Right, and then of course we've got the trees. Let's sort the trees out. And if you think the bricks are too extreme, then just knock it back a bit. There you go. Okay, so we're doing that, we're doing that, we're doing that. Let's have a look at these trees. So we haven't done any leaves either. We'll put them in afterwards, but let's do the trunks first. So I'm thinking I'm going to go vanilla. Like when I say vanilla, I always mean I'm going to go neutral. You know, like not more color. I'm sticking to the same palette basically here. I may, you know, use a bit of grey, a bit of brown, but I'm keeping it real, just real simple. Okay, so what about if we take, let's have a look. If I go like that, I just want to add, I think what I want to do, and do forgive me if I come across as not very well prepared tonight, there's a reason for that. I honestly, there is a reason. Because the other thing is, see, I'm just going to sharpen it. The other thing is, Lordy. Of course, I've got to do the news projects, the club projects for August, right? I've got to do them now before I leave. Otherwise, it's going to be stress city when I get back. So then I've got exactly 1 day to do it. So I'm going to be jet lagged anyway. So I thought, oh, I know, I'll get ahead of the game. So this week I've had to do the stencil project and the stamp project. It's a little bit premature, but it's done. So when we finish here this evening, I is going indoors, and I'm gonna write up. So you have no idea how much work goes into all this, do you? No, you don't. So now I've got to write up the project ready for the August. So if you, do you know, when I see people on Facebook say, I haven't had my club yet. Well, we're doing the best we can. We're writing it as fast as we're doing them. If you had any idea how much goes into getting that club envelope out, you know, we're doing the best we can. And it starts with the stamp has to be designed. It's a beautiful one for August, by the way, just saying. Okay. We're trying to improve it month on month. And so the new stamp, it's not stamp, it's stamps. And there's more of them and it's bigger. So if you were going to join a club, I think I wrote about it in the newsletter that's just going out now for July, right? The stamp size, not so much the size of the stamp, but also the area available for stamps. So now it's a stamp set, you know. So for your £7 that it costs to be in the club, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck now, more bang for your buck. So this afternoon, I was doing my stamp project, and it came out really nicely, and I was really pleased with it. I'm not always happy with it, but today I was. Yeah. So now I've got to write up the instructions. Right, I've sharpened that. So yeah, so I was doing that, which is important, and then I didn't do this. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sweep down the. I'm using boring beige, which is warm grey too, and I'm just going to sweep down the trunk. I don't know. Like I say, have I prepared? No. Have I done this before? No. Do I think it's going to work? Yes. Right. So I'm just flicking that down there. Look, tell me that doesn't look good. I know. Right. And then at the top, we'll just flick it so it doesn't look so cut off. Right. So you got that. You got a few lines I like. So we've done that. How about we go a smidgen darker? Next one. Yeah, that'll do. Or maybe darker. 3. Light, medium, dark. Right, we go with this one next. What's this one? Cold grey. Warm grey 4. I'm sticking to the warms. Warm grey 4. This is that set of 12 Polychromos pencils. We do sell these. Yeah. Right, so let's now, what we'll do is we'll go again, and we'll go, I want to go a little bit closer to the, just on the edge this time. I wonder if this will work. So I'll go in the middle and I'll flick that way, and then I'll flick that way. Yeah. Okay. Just in the center. A bit tighter than that. Flick that way, and then I'll flick that way. I'm liking this. Right. Flick again. Start in the center, and then we'll flick up, then we'll flick down, and then we'll flick up, and we'll flick down. Yeah. Okay. Because it's all very angular and tall, isn't it? So I think this is a good, because what we're doing here with the pencils, really, we're adding a bit of resist, really. You watch, because in a minute, if I want to go over this with a different colour, these pencil lines will be quite good to, quite enough warm in here, folks. Right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to turn the fan on. Hopefully it's not too loud. Ah, that is lovely. Okay, so we've done that. Let's try a little bit of that creamy colour. The cream one, not the yellow. The creamy one. Let's see what happens if I run over the top of this with the cream. Yeah, I thought that would work. There we go. Let's get in there. Yeah, nice. So we'll just add a little bit of colour through here. Don't worry, we'll bring the brown in and the grey again. Just going to break down that. I don't want it to be so white. If you're joining the retreat team, I thought that's another letter I've got to write. Oh, right, I'll do that tomorrow morning early when it's nice and cool. I'm going to write to all our friends who've done a retreat. Yeah, giving you the details. That's a letter I have to write. It's on my list, friends. Okay. I don't mind. I like writing. I like letter writing. Right, that'll do. So now I'm going to bring that round. Let's bring this round. Let's twist it a bit so it comes round a bit. This is quite nice. I think what we could do here is almost like, like a bit of a recess. See what we can do. I think so. Let's have a look. So just kind of keeping the colours neutral, okay? And like you know, with the polychromos, the good thing about these is if you feel you've overcooked it, then easy. Just rub it out again. Take the pink one of these, Faber Castell, and you can take it back. See, I feel that's a little bit on the strong side there. So if I just take that out, see, I'll just bring it down again. So wax on, wax off. But you're going to get a really good impression. Don't want to make it too dark. So you can always colour it in, and then you can add your highlights after you've done it, see? Just give those. And the other thing is, we ought to try and see what happens. Yeah, it's looking good. We ought to see what happens when we, let's have a look at the dark one. When we add Dorso oil. Someone asked on Clarity Worldwide when the recording for the collage classroom will be put up. The collage classroom. The live one is already there, isn't it? The live one is there. Is that this isn't really the place for it. Are we talking about the live session? Because that should already be there. I didn't do a pre-record. I didn't do a pre-record for the collage. It was only the live there. So I'm hoping, I would have thought that the video would be there then. I didn't do a live recording, friends. In case you haven't noticed, I'm a bit overwhelmed at the moment. And when we first started doing the recordings, because it was new, the online classes, I was doing a pre-recorded session because I was nervous about the system failing, or the system was new for us, the circle. And so I was doing it once. I was doing the class once to know what I was doing. Then I was doing it twice to get to film it, to do a pre-recorded time session. Right, so that's 5 hours, 10 hours. That's another 5 to 10 hours. Then I was doing the morning before in my head, another 3 hours worth. Then I did the live session. So this, in the end, it's like, this isn't working. I haven't got the time. I haven't got the time to do, to plan it, pre-record it, and then go live. So I took the executive decision to can because at the end of the day, I've already done it once, and I have enough confidence now that I think I can do the live and I know what I'm doing. I've already done it once because that's how I've got the material. So I prepare for it, and then we do the live session. Then the live session is recorded, and the live session is the product. Then for those people who didn't join in the live session, they've still got that recording. okay? Because I don't think that everybody goes back and watches the pre-recorded one. And I really feel that it's plenty for me. It's plenty for me personally to just do one. We cool with that? Is that the answer that we were looking for? There's a lot going on at Clarity, friends, and we're trying the best we can. And I know it sounds like I'm going on a jolly and leaving everything behind, but there's a lot more going on than just that as well. This is a business trip as well. So I'm sure we'll have fun though. Right, that looks nice now. See? So we'll just add a bit of depth there. Got a little bit of shadow on there. Getting those lines in now on the trees. I think they look good. Okay. Now let's get some shadow in. So I'm trying to keep it simple on the tree. Get some shadow. Get a little bit of texture going. Don't want it to kind of disappear on us. There we go. Some lines in. Good. And then we can always, if we want to, we can always take the Dorso oil and add a bit more that way. Good. Yeah. There's too much going on in my head at the moment, friends, and I am, funny enough, and I'm sure that you'll understand this, I could not calm down today. I was so, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I couldn't calm down until I came upstairs, because then I thought, oh God, I've got to do the new design club project, blah, blah, blah. So then I came upstairs, and an hour, not even half an hour into that, there you go. What do we say? Get out of your head. Physician, heal thyself. Get out of your head and get with your hands. It works every time. And within even 15 minutes of coming up here and looking at the stamps and making a kind of a layout and working out a plan, you know, for the club project, I didn't even realize until it was all done a couple of hours later. The chest pains had gone, the anxiety was left, that feeling that was going on like a washing machine head, you know, it was gone. And once again, it was down to the fact that I was doing artwork, you know. So there you go, it works every time. But why do we always forget? Put a little flash of yellow through there just to change it up a bit. There you go. Okay. And then when we've done that, right, so we've got a little bit there. I feel I want to just run that rubber through there just to get rid. It's a little bit extreme. I want a bit lighter on that side. I know you think, well, hang on a minute, you've just put it all on, now you're taking it all off again. But I'm not taking it all off again. I'm just taking it off on that one side. Because on that side, I want to add a bit of shadow, see? There, that looks good. Right. So what about on this side of the tree here, let's take that grey and let's add the grey there. We'll just add a little bit of grey there. Yeah, it's a little bit much today. People are chasing their orders, and you know, orders are going out. They're flying out. Just got to be patient. Just be patient. We're getting there. It always takes time, you know, and every year people get stroppy or get impatient, and poor old Sue, she's up against it again. And you just think, oh, just cut us some slack, you know, because it's a sale where we don't sell out. We have to make the stuff. And I'm ready every year to go, do you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. From now on, we just do a sale. And if we sell out, we sell out. Because every year we get this stick, and it's just getting old now. So, yeah, don't tut. So I recommend you don't tut today. Right. Now, what have I got going on? So I've got a little bit of grey there. I want to put a little bit of grey on that side as well, don't we? Because the last thing we need to happen is for Sue to say, do you know what? I've had enough. I can't cope with this. And I'm out. I'm off. Then what? You don't want me on the phone, I can tell you that. There, doesn't that look good? Yes. Payne's Grey is the one that I'm using. No, this is Warm Grey 4. Payne's Grey is the real darkest one, Jill. It's just almost blue-black, isn't it? But I feel that might be a little bit too dark. So I'm going for, see, Payne's Grey is a number darker, look. That's Payne's Grey. It's like black, isn't it? So I'm using Warm Grey 5 now. But you see how it really does the job as well. Yeah, so, and don't misunderstand me. You know, the vast majority of people are lovely, kind, patient. But I don't know, with the heat, people just seem to be getting a bit difficult, challenging, impatient. And it's just too much. So, ironically, most of the people that are in this room wouldn't dream of getting aggressive with Sue. It wouldn't occur to them. But there we are. We have to do this every year. Every year I have to say, back off, be nice. Civility costs nothing. We're trying the best we can. Do this every year. It'll be fine. Okay, let's see if I think I want a couple of bricks up here. Let's get this couple of bricks going. There. Bricks. Yeah, Sue, don't leave. Whatever you do, don't leave. Don't leave. I'll find you. I guess you cannot imagine working that hard in that heat and then getting all that stick, you know. It's got to be ridiculous. Right, that'll do. Okay, so we've got some bricks. We've got nice bricks. Lovely little bricks there. They're a little bit big, aren't they? Well, we don't like them. It's because the voices in my head are getting louder again. Right, let's try again. Right, calm it, Kermit. Start again. This is going to be such a nice picture when it's finished. I think I need to just make the tip tighter. There we go. There's always one. Oh, there's more than one, Lynn. One you could cope with. Right. One. Let's have a look. 2, 3. I think the important thing now is to stay really sharp and fine. There you go. Lovely. Lovely. Yeah. That's better. Much better, Barbara. Now, where's that other light grey? That's a light one. What have we got here? Cold grey 3. Now, let's have a look. Because the other thing I want, see, doesn't that look effective? That depth there. See, I'm kind of trying to get the same thing on this side. Oh, it didn't quite work as well. I might have to. Oh yeah, no, it is now. I may try. Let's just see what happens if I try a bit of Dorso oil on that side. Let's give it a go. Hey? Janice is on her way down. She's stuck on the bridge, or there was a huge accident on the M25 at the Dartford Tunnel. Oh, empty. I have got a new one. Has she got a new one? Of course she has. There was an accident or a spillage or something near the QE2 bridge, and so it's a bit of a diversion. We'll have to see what time Janice gets here. But tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, she and I will be, because I've been doing a few little cards for that as well. She and I will be getting together on Clarity TV and showcasing her new stamps. They are so lovely. I really like her stamps. They're so nice. In fact, when I was doing the, I'm just getting rid of the oil. I don't want excess oil, see? When I was doing the design club this afternoon, I used her stamps because I'm in love with them. They're so lovely. And so that's really nice. I mean, I can't show you what I did, but if you're in the stamp club, you'll really like it. And I used the little people, those really cool little people. They would, I don't know if they'd work. I don't think they're quite the same style as this. I don't think they'd work quite the same in the same way as this style. We've got little people for this as well, this style, which I think works really well. Let's have a look. Mind the bricks. Okay. See, I like the lines now on the trees. Gives it a bit of grit. Do you see what we did? And you can build that up as well. It's just like kissing the paper. So you don't want to. And now, because we've got a bit of an underlay or an undercoat of other colours, what happens is the darker colours, they resist now. If I go over the top, see where the light is, I'll just show you slowly what I did. Because I pushed down there and I put that cream along that edge, you see, when I go back in with a darker colour, I won't go in with the darkest colour, but what will happen is it doesn't go over the top, you see. It avoids that edge. And if it doesn't avoid it, it does actually, but if it doesn't, you can always take your eraser pencil and just free up that edge again to give you that. There, see, like that. Hours of fun, hours of play, eh? Right, I like this. I like this a lot. And I think I'm going to put one little bit more grey down this side here. That side, on this side of that tree, and then we're ready to do the leaves, I think. So let's just try a little bit of that. And no, we're not going to use Payne's grey on this. I think it's just a bit too dark. That's it. And then we'll just bring that in a bit. There. Okay. Yeah, see, it's coming together nicely now. So when you put a little bit of shadow down that side, you get highlights and lowlights. I'm going to do a workshop about highlights and lowlights, and it's going to be about I think what I want it to be about is the whole what would you call it? It's almost like a presence in absence. You know, it's that the idea that you create something out of the negative space. You know, that whole negative space idea? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to explore that a bit more. Look, see, as I bring that down, and I just keep bringing this down there, it feels almost as if you could get your fingers in underneath. That's making that tree come much further to the front. You see? Watch this one here. I'll just go in a little bit more on this side. My hands are it's a bit dark. Oh, I could show you, right, sneak peek. This was just me. I just found a little scrap that I was doing when I was testing out the club stamps. This is just one of them. And then Janice's stamps over the top, right? Check out. See? So you've got this beautiful leaf. So the whole idea is that you've got these really realistic leaves, yeah? And then Janice's people, that set of people. So we're going to be showcasing them tomorrow. And they're just so excellent. She drew them herself. She painted them. But there are some without, like, they're just more blobby. But I added legs to them and they look so excellent. Really easy to use. And because they're silhouettes, they just sit so nicely over the top, you know? So, yeah. And that's what I was talking about. You know, when I said about your anxiety, it's just lifted when you do stuff like that. Just working things out, working out processes, working out layers, working out positioning. You get so caught up in that you don't have time to worry about people getting aggressive or impatient about their orders, you know. Not like there's much I can do about it anyway. Right, let's have a look. Because the other thing is, you see, what you don't know is then you just need the printer to go. So then the printer goes. So then Dave's losing his hair because he's the one that's in charge of trying to sort out. No printer, here's the news. No printer, no stamps. Okay. Issue. Printer, £6,000 printer. Can't buy them at Amazon. Big issue. Do you understand? So then you've got someone on the phone going, where's my order? And it's like, well, give us a minute. We're on it. There are bigger things going on. There's a bigger picture here. That's what I'm trying to say. Right. Sorry, don't mean to get stroppy. But it's hot. I'm tired. And it's ridiculous. There you go. Love. Right, so now we've got the houses and I think we've got the depth. What we want to do now is the path. Okay, I can hear Dave from here. He's in the kitchen going, stop, Barb. He's the peacemaker. He's the one that's got to try and find a printer. He's found one, actually. But you can't just take any old printer. It has to be the right one. It has to do the job, and it has to be installed, and it has to, you know, nothing works overnight anymore. It all takes time. And if anybody can sort this out, it's Dave. So we need to let him. Okay. And Gracie said she just thought the same thing. I know. But if I don't tell you that there are more things going on here than that order, then it just keeps coming, doesn't it? So just let us do our job. Okay. Just let us do our job. Or, and I say it every year, if you can't wait, then I am happy to sort out a refund, a full refund. Do that too. But it's a half price sale and it needs to be in place and it needs to get sorted. So do me a favor. Yeah. Just wait. Now. Okay. So now we're going to do some bricks. And then I'm going to call it a day. Although I've got some little people I want to show you. So we could do them as well. Did I just see someone in capital letters saying, please calm yourself? Well, Lillian, thank you for that. I'm glad you understand. Right. Okay. So a little bit of this and a little bit of that on the paving. Be nice. Now let's get some shading right. We've got the colours, so we'll just tone it down a little bit. So see, the thing is, it's my business. It's my company, mine and Dave's, mine mainly. Yeah. So I take it personally and I take responsibility. Of course I do. The same as if it were your business. You would too. And every year we have this, and I have to say, please get off Sue's back. She doesn't get paid enough to be treated like that. And I'm saying it again this year. Every year. There, this looks nice. See, what's amazing is, what I always find amazing is that you can draw with the micron pens. Like, this is all done with the micron pens. You can go over it with watercolor, with oil, with pencils. You can rub out. You can do as much as you fancy. Look, you can smooth out the color. You can go in. You can take color out. You can lift it. You can smudge it. You can do all that. And the line art doesn't move. Look, I can go in there. I can move that around a little bit, put a little bit of grey under those window sills there. I can lift a bit off there and I can transfer it to under there so it's lovely and muted. Look, so if I think, for example, there's a bit too much grey there, I'll take my oil, I'll smooth that out like so. Nice. Then I'll take that, and what about if I paint the bench like that, and I'm using the oil, the residual that I picked. Look, I take a bit off that door there because I think it's a bit too dark, and I'll bring it over here and I'll drop it in on the, look, see, nice. Yeah, I know, it's all good stuff. Oil is good. And what's really impressive to me with my little low level art is that the line art doesn't go anywhere. Look, it doesn't move. I'm just going to put a little bit of that colour there. Leave a bit of white. Leave a bit of white. See? Just do a bit longer here. Bleed that down a little bit so it's not all dark. It's good, isn't it? I know. There you go. Good, good, good. So now we've got some windows. So let's have a look. The windows all look white, but they're not really. In reality, they're never white like that, are they? So I usually, to be honest, I think they're dark. when you look at a window, let's just add a bit of depth. I'm going to use a grey now, light grey actually, because I can always go darker. Cold grey 3. Let's just add some window shadow to the window. There you go, just in the corner like that. That changes it a bit. Let's have a look, and then we'll step back and have a look, see what we've done. Yep. Okay, so if I do that, and I'm going to leave the frame white though, because to be fair, we do like a white glossy frame, don't we? Now let's see if I add a bit of, there you go. There. See? And you can clean that off. Just pop that in there. Just see, now I'm putting the grey in the windows, but when that dries, there's no pigment there. Let's just see. See, that'll dry clean again. But I do need to put a little bit of pigment in there. So let's just add a little bit of grey. Like that. There we go. Right. Yeah. So, see, once you do the windows, if you like this kind of artwork, then you're going to love the retreats. So I've done something else that's, well, it's different. It's lovely. It's really lovely. Just new, just for the retreats, you know, because we always do, don't we? Do something new on the retreats. So I've had this idea, like I say, and I think it's going to be absolutely fantabulous if it works. Let's add a little bit of grey along there. It's looking nice, isn't it? See, so you can make it as grungy or as now let's go to the windows and let's see what we can do there. Right, a bit of grey on the doors. See, and then the white pops because you're putting the grey, as long as you don't go over the wood. Yeah, looking good. And then when it's dry, if you want to put in some, you want to put some lights in, put a bit of yellow in, but you want to wait really now until the oil's dried. And perhaps, I wonder what happens if you, no, I don't suppose you can do that, can you? Just put a little bit of grey underneath that seat, because it really needs a bit of shadow, I think. So it looks a bit weird just elevating on 2 legs. Just do that there, like that. And there, along there. Steps. Steps here as well. Nice, eh? Yeah. Bit of shadow along there. And then we'll add the shadow. There, that looks good. That's better, isn't it? See? Now, I think, what's the time? 10:02. Okay, I think we can keep going if you're up for it. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'd really like, doesn't have to be loads, but I want to put some leaves in this one. I'd really like to do some project completion. So to go back to what we were talking about, right? What we'd said was that we were going to create a scene where everything was just static, like fixed. So what we'd done is we did it on tracing paper, so that we've got the same house, the same street. We need to give this, come on guys, give us a clue. We need to give this road a name. What are we going to call it? What's the name of this road? Help me out. What's the name of this road? I need 2 names for 2 roads. You can pick them. This is the first road, and then the other artwork that I've done for the workshop is another road. So we could call streets as well, but as I recall, streets usually have shops in them, and this is more domestic, isn't it? Residential. So come on, Give us some names of roads that would work. And let's assume they're in London. Let's just assume, for the sake of argument, that these houses are at least in the UK. Okay, so it's not a Strasse or Clarity Street. I like. There you go. There you go. There you go. Why didn't I think of that? It was shouting at me and you had to tell me. There you go. That's the first one. Right. Street number 1, Clarity Street. I love it. Clarity Street. Yeah, perfect. What does that say? Peak Street. The SHAC. Does that say Peak Street? I can't read that far away. Peak Street or Park Street? You'll have to tell me, Grace. I can't see it. But we need some streets. I need the second one. Is it a road or is it a street? Clarity Street. Sounds like Quality Street, doesn't it? Chocolate. Clarity Close. Clarity Lane. St. Gray's. Dave Row. Dave Row. Oh no. Pleasant Row. That's nice. I like Pleasant Row. David Row. I know, I saw that, Grace. David Row. It's got to be done, isn't it? David Row. Dave's name is Row. You know that, don't you? Look. David. His name is Row. So we can just go like that. David Row. Right, we definitely got Clarity Street. David Row's a maybe. It's too good not to, Gracie says. It is, isn't it? It's too good not to. There you go. Okay. Right, friends, you saw it here. We picked it. It's Clarity Street. And then the other one's open for votes. Though I do like David Row. Yeah. Especially after the day he's had. There, don't that look lovely? Right, so we're going to use the flat of the pencil now just to get some, because this is the street. Ample parking. Now, the thing is, though, I don't want to make it too dark because I've still got my little people. Check it out, right? Got my little people. And these, so these little guys, there are loads of them. I've drawn loads of them. And they're really nice to do. And all you do is you take, let's say, like you get, what we on, about an inch. Okay, I'll show you, yeah, about an inch, a little bit more than an inch, that'll do. So just, the trick is to give yourself a top and a bottom like that. That'll do. Then decide, you're just going to do one girl on her own? Okay, one girl. That's how big the head's going to be. And then she's just going to, a triangle body. Triangle body, see? That's it, legs, arms. This one's a happy one. Wahey! She got a sale order. Woohoo! Legs, face, hair, ding dong. See? And you got that like that. I'll show you a trick. Mithering Lane. Did you actually say that, Grace, or are you? No, we're not having Mithering Lane. Trying to get rid of mitherers. Right, turn that over. So the trick now, watch. So I've done a little girl like this. See, she's going to stand. Look, look. Don't do it. Right, so we put her down here. Now, what side? See, I've been mucking about. Now I don't know which side what. Let me just check. Is that the side where the pencil is? Yeah. Okay, so flip it over. I'll do it on here. I'll take my pen, 01. right? I'm going to draw on this side, right? Okay, there you go. Dress, head, arms, little knots for feet. Way. Fringe, give her a fringe. See, so now you've done that. Then you turn it over that way and you rub out the pencil. I've got a big rubber for this. And then you rub out the pencil on the back, and it doesn't affect the line art. And when you turn it over, see, you would have got all that on your picture. So there she is now, see? So I haven't rubbed out the side where the ink was. So now she's there. See? There's her mum and dad. There's the girl. She's a bit big for the house, but when you bring her to the front of the picture, she's absolutely bang on, isn't she? So we've got that. And then the other thing is we've got leaves. So my thoughts on this are, before I go straight into this and then spoil it, why don't I just take a piece of tracing paper, because let's face it, we have plenty of it. And then all I'm going to do now, because I don't want there to be loads of leaves all over, but I want to see what it looks like if I put some leaves there. So I'm going to do the same trick again, you see, but this time I can't flip it. So what I'll do is I'll just do it with, what sort of leaves do I want? I like these leaves, like this. Okay, so up and down, and up, down, up, down. And all you're going to do now, you can decide whether you like it like this. You might not. You might think, no, I'd rather not. But I think it will look great. And then we'll just put some, doesn't have to be loads of leaves, but leaves it will be. And we'll maybe put some bigger ones down the front like this. See? So you can see where you want to put your leaves. And if you wanted to, you could even make like branch, look, see, so you can go more and add another, just like so. See? So you can fill your, oh, hello. There we are. So then you can look away and you can step away and look at it and say, now, do I like it like that? Or do I want to put more leaves in? Do I want to fill this up? So I could fill this whole area. I could go mad like that. So I haven't done anything on the artwork. So that's your homework, friends, is you got to work out what kind of leaves you're going to use. Is it that sort of leaf? Or are you going to have a different shaped leaf? Are you going to make flowers on it? Are you going to do blobs? Are you going to do like cups? Do something different. Don't do leaves, do cups like this, so that they, you know, that might look really different too. Like just like half, and then you could have little flower things like this. You know, it's art. You can do what you like. It's your picture. So you can change what you want it to look like. And if you don't like that, then the good news is you just rub it out, look, and go again, right? So didn't like that idea. Okay, let's try a different idea. Maybe you want to do squiggles. Maybe you just want to do swirls all the way through, like snails. Look, so it looks like, you see? So you could do that in the houses, all round like that. Tiny little squiggles. See, in those, what's interesting is you can make them and you can put them over the top of the branches. They look pretty cool too. It's just a different idea. And then you can make a little bunch of squiggles. Here we go. Tiny ones. And now add dots, like little circles, like berries. So you've got a completely different look again. That looks quite good, actually. See? You can come out as far as you like. Look, you can put them all over the sky. That's quite nice too. So you could go traditional leaves, or you can go squiggles. The choice is yours. David's row. David's row. That sounds even better, Grace. David's row. David's row. Just writing it down. And we're going to put a cat in there somewhere too. So you put a cat up here. Put a little cat on the balcony, a little tiny black cat. You could put a trellis, like vine, climbing up there. But there you go. So I think that'll do for now. I think that you've got your homework, and I look forward to seeing your artwork on Facebook. I look forward to seeing what you do with the trees. I'll finish mine tomorrow when Janice is gone. I think tomorrow evening I'll sit here and complete this, and then I'll post it on Facebook. So so it's finished. St. David's Row. It's getting better. I like St. David's Row. It was Lillian's suggestion. Perfect. St. David's Row. Okay. St. David's Row. I love it. Good, because we needed two names. One's called Clarity Street and one's called St. David's Row. Thank you very much, friends. I think that's absolutely perfect. Have a fantastic couple of weeks. And don't forget 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Janice and I will be putting those new stamps, some really fantastic new stamps through their paces. I think you'll enjoy that. Just a little heads up. I'll just show you little these are on the telly as well. So so I look forward to seeing what Janice comes up with. She thinks outside the box. I love that about her. And then other than that, I'm gonna see you again on Sunday at 3 to 5 because on Sunday we're launching 10 years of Groovy. So there'll be 10 days of celebrations, 10 days of great ideas, and I won't be around, but I am there on the Sunday. So I'm going to leave it in the very, very capable hands of Dave, St. David, and of course, Paul and Louise and Jilly and all the team at work. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you soon. Keep watching out for clips from California, and I'm sure Sam and I will keep you in the loop. Bye-bye now. Lots of love.